My name is Julianne Miles.
Gary Andis.
Christina Clark-Reefus.
My name is John Phipps.
I'm a Democrat.
I was raised as a Democrat.
I'm a rural Democrat.
And very proud to be.
Thank you, Senator.
I feel like the National Party has kind of forgot about what our roots are and about, people that live out here in the country and the challenges that we face.
We live here in a rural area. When you call for assistance, whether it's life-saving crew, whether it's police officers or something, they're not going to be there in a split minute. You're going to have to hold down the fort until someone comes.
People hunt here. People live in remote areas and need guns for home protection. People collect guns, and that is part of our culture here. It's not my place to tell someone that they can't have something that's a right they're guaranteed by the Constitution.
This is a double-barrel shotgun, patented and made in the 1800s. We grew up with guns, and they were always perceived to us as a tool, just like you would have a hoe or a shovel or anything else. My dad was a Virginia tobacco farmer. Not always did that money go all the way. A lot of times, we would have to shoot to provide food for the table. I hesitate to touch this one because it almost makes me tear up. Because this is my dad's. This was, excuse me. This, to me, means the same kind of thing that what it would mean if I had a daughter and she wanted to wear my wedding dress. It's history. It roots us to our ancestors. And to have this gun in my possession is one of my treasures of life.
The Constitution allows us to bear arms. We can buy guns. We can have guns. That's something that everybody gets, not just a Democrat or just a Republican. Everybody has that right. I've been asked a lot of times why I have so many guns. And most of the people that do that are golfers. Why do they carry so many clubs? All they need is just one. They've got the same understanding that I do. I have different guns for different purposes. Well, the Democrats want to take my guns. No Democrat here wants to take your guns, not as a rural Democrat. We're trying to protect so you can keep your guns and not let the mentally ill and the ones that have problems destroy it for you.
Do I support regulation on AR-15 style rifles? Yes, I do. But that doesn't mean we're going after everybody's guns. It means there's a specific gun which is routinely used in mass shootings that should be regulated more tightly. Nothing sells guns like the fear of losing guns. So people who are constantly pushing that Democrats are going to take away your guns are mostly in the business of selling guns. I was in the military for 11 years. I certainly did many hours on the firing range, learning to fire an M16, learning to fire a 9mm. As they're framing legislation for any type of gun measure at the state level or at the national level, they have to consider that the lived experience of rural people and how they're going to be affected by that legislation is different than the way that legislation is going to affect people in a big city.
And I think in Appalachia, we're seen as hillbillies. We're not seen as on par with the rest of the state or even the rest of the country. And that's just simply not true. Our lived experience is different, but it's fiercely independent and built on great principles such as hard work, honesty, decency, which in large parts of the country are missing.
It's time for the middle-class people to come back and put this country back on a straight and narrow line. There's enough rural Democrats out there to make a difference if they vote.